So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to add multiple datas at a time to the database. So let's go ahead and write the code for that. We'll go to the contact service. We'll retrieve one more method from here, this one. Basically this is insert all. Now this insert all, what it does is basically taking an array of data or basically object and then adding it to the database. So let's go ahead and create a method here. We'll do that, and we'll add contacts. We'll just name it as add contacts, and then here have it as an array. Now once you have it, you can just have insert all and just add appropriate suffixes, and now you have this method ready. Make sure you build it and see that everything is all right. Next thing, now the contact service is fine. Go to the main scene, create a basically another method. You can just copy this from here, and then you can add data. So instead of that contact service, you need to do S, and also one more thing, in the contact service, the insert all, it also gives you an int, so you can utilize that here and print it, but it will not be primary key, it will be how many items have been added. So let us do that. And to create the dummy data, you can just copy all of it and then just add some data. So this is basically the dummy data which you can utilize. So I am going to utilize this dummy data and change it to contact. One more thing, like okay, let us do it in our way, because here what they have done is they are passing the ID, and I suggest that while inserting, avoid passing the ID. ID is the primary key, so just avoid it. Let the database create the primary key by itself, otherwise you can get a clash or rather a conflict in the database. So here we'll create our own array. Now you can if when you are creating an array, so it will be like this. Okay, we'll not do it here, we'll do it here, and it will be add contacts button, click. Now we'll just have it as an array, and next thing is basically we'll have it like this, new, and then it is an array symbol for that, and then so new here, and then have it like this. If you want, you can just copy this. I think so it will be easier, it will save us time. I'll just do it here. Now only thing is I'll just need to name it as contact, and I'll remove this ID as that can create any conflict. We already have data in the database, so these IDs can be there might be a conflict, and I'll just save it here. We'll name it as contacts here, and then pass it as contacts. Now what you can do is like we can add some more data out here. So mobile number we can have something 111111, and then similarly for we'll just copy and paste from here. Similarly for all the three datas, 111 2222222. Similarly like the other, just enter some data, that's all. And we can have like, you can have tom dot, you can have it as Gmail. Now similarly for this one, you can have it here, john.doe. Now what I am doing is basically like just creating some dummy data to pass. So you'll see like how to basically add multiple data to the database. Now we can change the cities, like I can have it as Paris, this one I can have New York, this one we can have it as London, and this one we can have Sydney. Now we have got 4 datas. Now there's one thing which we'll want to do is we have some more datas with similar names also. So like I'll have John Doe, some more copy of it with the name John, so that we can use it for different purposes in future. So John Douglas, and then just save it like that, and I'll have it as Moscow, and I'll have it as 555 44. Then we'll have, instead of John Doe, we'll have something like Jackson, and 18. Mobile number we can have is at 6666, and surname we can have Jackson, and instead of London we can have Toronto. So just save it. So this way, and we'll just, whatever the return value is there, we'll just print it here. I'll just print whatever the value which is returned here. Now just check that there is no compilation error. Cool, the compilation errors are not there. Now we'll have add contacts button. We'll add one more here button. Make sure that you stop it and then only do it, otherwise all your changes will be gone. So we'll add the add contacts button. Then here, now we have it. This is on contacts button click. Great. Save it and let us run this application. Right now when you go to the database, there are only 2. So what I am going to do is like I am going to go and click add contacts. So return value is 6, that means 6 items have been added to the database. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 6 items have been added to the database. So right now we have added basically single items also and multiple items to the database. There are two methods, insert and insert all, which we have used. So this is the way basically you add multiple data to the database.